know. I was like, wait, of all the things. All right, so they're getting recognized for the
I'm just trying to get through this way.
Okay.
I feel you!
Pick it up.
Claudia.
I was paying attention. Yeah.
It's not a gift, it's a consumer gift.
He said that he felt like the defense was behind it.
Yeah. That is, I mean, that's more personal with the committee.
Yeah, I felt, I didn't get that feeling because I had to do it on Zoom. So
Also. Where did you graduate? Where did you graduate?
Columbia.
A lot.
Dishonor. They're not like really ones for like
I'm going to look like students.
So that's the only thing that's safe.
to get your thing out, man. I'll let you.
See you around.
I'm Patrick.
dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in burst, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
Almighty God, true source of wisdom and learning, We gather in your presence today to rejoice. These graduates have come to the end of a long and arduous road. They've attained, at long last, their doctorates. They have shown all those virtues necessary for a scholar: patience and detachment, courage, long-suffering, and zeal for truth. Their families and friends rejoice with them, excited that they have attained their goal. And now begins a new phase of life, the life of more scholarship, of teaching and learning, and the transmission of truth. We ask that you, Almighty God, be with them in that process, guide them, inspire them, and if you call them to teach, give them all the gifts that they need to be good teachers, especially kindness. Give them a true love of their subject and of their students, even if their students test that love. May all who learn from them as teachers see you, the true teacher, in them. Guide them in their lives, help them to find the right places to live and to work, and teach them the confidence in you, the giver of every good gift, especially the gift of wisdom.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Thomas Lewis, and I serve as the Dean of the Graduate School. And it's my tremendous privilege to join you this morning in the conferral of doctoral degrees for Brown University. I would like to begin by sharing an acknowledgement. Brown University is located in Providence, Rhode Island, on lands that are within the ancestral homelands of the Narragansett Indian tribe. We acknowledge that, beginning with colonization and continuing for centuries, the Narragansett Indian tribe have been dispossessed of most of their ancestral lands in Rhode Island by the actions of individuals and institutions. We acknowledge our responsibility to understand and respond to those actions. The Narragansett Indian tribe, whose ancestors stewarded these lands with great care, continues as a sovereign nation today. We commit to working together to honor our past and build our future with truth. Next, I would like to recognize the candidates and those who have supported them on their journeys. Ascendant. This means please stand, and you will hear it later today. If I could ask the graduates to please stand. Today, we recognize your dedication and your achievements. I now welcome the parents, spouses, partners, and children of our graduating students, both here and watching around the world. Will you please stand? And I want to recognize your faculty, advisors, and mentors. Will the faculty please stand? We're delighted to have you here with us. Please be seated. This is a momentous day for our graduates and their families, for all of us. To make sure that it goes smoothly, we remind you to make sure that your phones are silenced. Our ceremony is live streamed on Brown's commencement website, and you can find additional details about commencement and the entire weekend on the Brown U app. And a quick word about photos. We know that you want to capture today's very special moments. Please know that we have professional photographers here to capture the moment as each graduate is hooded and receives their diploma. As a courtesy to others, we kindly ask you to stay in your seats and take your own photos shortly after the ceremony. Next, I have the pleasure of introducing our stage party. On your far left is the Associate Chaplain of the University for Catholic Community, Father Edmund McCullough. Next to him is Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs, William Whittles. Maria Suarez, Associate Dean of Support. Then you'll see Elizabeth Harrington, Associate Dean for Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies and Professor of Medicine. Next to her is Alicia Mosley Austin, Associate Dean of Diversity and Inclusion, who, along with Dean Harrington, will be hooding the graduates. Beside her is Vanessa Ryan, Senior Associate Dean of Student Development. Next is Jennifer Lackey, who received her Ph.D. from Brown University in 2000 and is this year's recipient of the Horace Mann Medal. Dr. Lackey is the Wayne and Elizabeth Jones Professor of Philosophy and Professor of Law at Northwestern University, and we'll be hearing more about her in a few minutes. Next is... Next is Sarah Delaney, who is the Senior Associate Dean of Academic Affairs and Professor of Chemistry. Together, she and Dean Suarez will be presenting the dissertation awards. And we are delighted to have Dr. Maria Zuber with us today. She's a member of the Brown Board of Trustees and received her doctoral degree at Brown in 1986. Dr. Zuber will confer degrees on behalf of the university. I'm thrilled to be with you here today. It's wonderful to look out and see all of your faces. Earning your doctoral degree is a tremendous achievement. It is a long and demanding path representing the highest degree that can be earned. If you're like me, you didn't know quite what you were getting into when you started. It has required learning more material than you probably could have imagined. For most of us, it included some disappointments and setbacks, perhaps small, perhaps not so small. And through that, you persevered, you persisted. And despite the challenges that are integral to the process, I hope that you experience the sense of confidence that comes from truly grasping new ideas and techniques, as well as the joy that comes from achieving knowledge or insight that appeared for the first time in human history with you. I'm honored to share these final moments on campus with you. I hope you will stay connected to your peers, your mentors, your program, and the graduate school. I look forward to hearing about your future pursuits and successes. I know that there will be many. I now invite Senior Associate Dean of Student Support, Vanessa Ryan, to the podium.
It is my honor to introduce our student speaker, Kathryn Thompson. Kathryn was chosen by the Graduate Student Council to address today's graduates. She will today receive a Doctor of Philosophy degree in Health Services Research. Prior to coming to Brown, Kathryn lived in Central Florida and attended the University of Central Florida for her bachelor's degree in health science and went on to earn a master's degree in healthcare administration. Kathryn's research focuses on maternal outcomes and access to services for women with HIV. She studies patient outcomes in hospital settings. Kathryn has thrived at Brown. She served as president of the Graduate Student Council during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic and advocated for issues such as graduate student housing and addressing food insecurity. She took part in the Brown Executive Scholars Program and Research Matters. She's also the recipient of many awards during her time at Brown, including the Brown-Wheaton Faculty Fellowship, the Diab Community Award, a Nora Khan Piore Award, and most recently, the Graduate Student Contribution to Community Life Award, and the Samuel N. Nabrit Black Graduate Student Association's Outstanding Graduate Student of the Year. After graduating, Kathryn will continue to explore ways to contribute to Medicaid policy and advocate for Black maternal health policy to improve healthcare outcomes and access. Her address is entitled Legacy. Please welcome Kathryn.
Thank you so much, Dean Ryan. Good morning. Distinguished deans, trustees, faculty members, esteemed guests, and also my fellow graduates. It is with my profound gratitude and immense joy that I stand before you today as we embark on this momentous occasion of our doctoral graduation. On behalf of the entire graduating class, I want to extend a heartfelt appreciation to each and every person who has contributed to our remarkable journey. We gather here not only to celebrate our individual accomplishments, but to also recognize the collective support, unwavering guidance, and encouragement that have propelled us towards this pinnacle of academic achievement. Today, alongside our graduates, we honor the mentors, the faculty, the friends, and institutions that have shaped us, nurtured us, and instilled in us the relentless pursuit of knowledge. And with sincere gratitude, I want to start by saying thank you for your dedication, commitment, and the love that you have made this extraordinary milestone possible. Thank you. So, I have a confession to make. This speech was not an easy one to write for me. To be honest, I felt an immense amount of pressure to perform well and capture our time here at Brown in essentially 10 minutes or less. But how do you fully embody an experience like ours? What do I talk about? What do I focus on? Do I speak of the ebbs and the flows? Or do I keep it real? Instead of speaking of my own personal journey, how do I focus on us as a collective? Because today, there are a total of 246 stories to be told, not just mine. For those of us who have chosen to pursue doctoral degrees, we know that it is a complex and often indescribable journey. From the thrill of discovery to the frustration of the setbacks, from the highs of the collaboration to the isolation of the independent work, the Ph.D. experience is a roller coaster of emotions and experiences. And yet, when we try to put it into words, we often find ourselves at a loss. How can we convey the intensity of the intellectual and emotional labor that goes into research? How can we describe the moments of the breakthrough, the hours of staring at a blank page, the struggles with imposter syndrome, the exhilaration of presenting our work? And it's definitely worth mentioning that we actually lived and learned through an actual global pandemic. I could go on for hours, but the truth is we can't fully capture the Ph.D. in words. I can't fully capture it in this speech. It is a journey that must be lived to understood. But given that, it doesn't mean that we should give up on trying to communicate its value and its significance. As graduates, you now have the opportunity to take what you've learned and share it with others. Whether it's through teaching, research, or simply sharing your insights and perspectives with those around you. You have the power to help others understand the importance of rigorous inquiry and intellectual curiosity. In the end, perhaps the best way to describe the PhD experience is a journey of self-discovery. Through your research, you have not only contributed to the collective knowledge of your field, but you have also learned more about yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, and most importantly, your passions. However, I'm here to remind you that your efforts have not gone unnoticed. You are leaving a legacy that will have an impact for years to come. Your research, your discoveries, and your contributions will shape the world in ways that we cannot yet imagine. As you leave this chapter of your life behind, remember that you are not just receiving a degree, but you are also creating history. You are now the history. You are the pioneers who are pushing the boundaries of knowledge and paving the way for future generations. Brown University exemplifies its commitment to fostering knowledge in a spirit of free inquiry. The institution, and those who call it home, is shaped by a dedication to consistent academic excellence, by a community of faculty, students, staff, and alumni that share a common ethos. We all value things like discovery, diversity, creativity, collaboration, and also a very, very persistent drive. But all for what, though? Well, all to make Brown a better place for those who come after us. But in the process, we permanently stake our position in a long line of phenomenal moments. For centuries, Brown University has been marked by monumental, historic milestones and discoveries that have forever changed disciplines. These milestones chronicle Brown University's journey and existence, whether it was positive or negative, as a community of learning, a place that cultivates leaders, and those who are not afraid to ask those arduous questions, or even stir the pot every now and then. From neuroscience to biomedical engineering to arts and the humanities, Brown researchers fuel discovery to solve complex problems with a relentless focus on the greater good. For nearly 255 years since its existence and nearly 130 years of graduate education, Brown has made history in education and research, all while establishing a long list of firsts. Like in 1897, when Brown conferred its first doctoral degree to a woman, Martha Tarbell, in German Studies, or in 1932 and 1962 with Samuel M. Britt and May Bell Williams and Simmons, the first African Americans to earn a PhD from Brown. Brown's medical school became the first in the country whose graduates all have the training required to prescribe medications to treat opioid use disorder in any U.S. state. Or, in more recent news, Brown graduates and scientists described the microscopic structure of a recently discovered group of superconductors for the very first time. And now, with all of you sitting here today, Brown has done it once again. In May of 2023, where Brown continues to make history with the graduation of its next class of doctoral candidates. For our dissertations, we were required to submit original work, original research. So by definition, every PhD graduate sitting under this tent today is a first. Some of us are first generation, the first in our families to go to college or even receive a graduate degree. Our graduating class includes the first Black women to graduate from the Department of Biomedical Engineering and Cognitive Science. We are a class that represents over 37 countries, earning degrees from 44 different programs and 34 different departments. Our peers wrote dissertations that prove the rehabilitation of the end of the Russian Empire by Putin machinery, and another that examined the effect of the migration on care engagement among persons with HIV in South Africa. I know this is a lot, but I mention all of this to emphasize that today, on our graduation day, we become a milestone, a historic moment, a significant part of Brown's history, a part of Brown's legacy. We are a part of the legacy of making a transformative impact on the world, retaining a commitment to the belief that education and scholarly inquiry are vital to the advancement of society. And although we might take a much-needed break after this, we are ready to go out into the world and prove that. So, as you embark on this new journey, I encourage you to take pride in all of your accomplishments and to never forget the challenges that you overcame to get here. You are the future leaders of your fields, and I can't wait to see what you achieve next. I encourage you to continue exploring, learning, and growing, and remember that the PhD is not the end of the journey, but rather a beginning, a foundation upon which you can build a lifetime of discovery and achievement. Congratulations, graduates, and best wishes for all that lies ahead. And here's to making history. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathryn. My name is Alicia Mosley Austin, and I am the Associate Dean of Diversity and Inclusion in the Graduate School. It is my honor today to recognize May Bell Williamson Simmons. She was the first Black woman to earn her doctoral degree from the university. She completed her Ph.D. in psychology in 1962. Dr. Williamson Simmons attended Hope High School in Providence before enrolling as an undergraduate at Pembroke College, earning her bachelor's degree in psychology in 1949. She then received her master's degree in education from Harvard in 1952. She returned to Brown for her doctoral studies in 1958, completing her degree with a dissertation titled Operant Discrimination in Infants. Dr. Williamson Simmons' research was among the first to show that visual cues, such as different colored lights, could be used to study operant conditioning in early childhood. During her brief postdoctoral career, she was an educational psychologist in the graduate division of Rhode Island College and worked at the John Hope Brown Settlement House in Providence, West End, until her untimely passing in 1966. Today, we present Dr. Williamson Simmons' son, Michael Simmons, with a plaque honoring his mother. Michael, I want to thank you and your family very much for being with us today and helping us to recognize your mother's contributions and firmly root her legacy at Brown.
Thank you, Dean Mosley Austin. We now turn to the Joukowsky Family Foundation Dissertation Prizes. These prizes are named for the Joukowsky family, who have shown great generosity to the university over many years. With these prizes, we recognize outstanding achievements in research by PhD recipients in the humanities, the life sciences, the social sciences, and the physical sciences. Recipients of the award were nominated by their departments, and final selections were made by the Graduate Council, including faculty members and deans. It is my pleasure to introduce Senior Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, Sarah Delaney, and Associate Dean of Student Support, Maria Suarez, who will confer the awards.
Thank you, Dean Lewis. I am honored to present these awards for outstanding scholarly achievement. I will draw from nomination letters and abstracts to describe the achievements of our recipients. The winner of the Joukowsky Dissertation Prize in the Humanities is Dennis Hogan, who is receiving his PhD in comparative literature. His dissertation is entitled The Queen of Two Worlds, Crisis and Creation in the Central American Transit Zones, 1848 to 1914. Dennis's work focuses on the literature written about 19th century Central American transit zones. Exercising control over these transit zones was a popular topic among writers in the British Empire, the United States, and Latin American republics. A chapter of his dissertation appeared in the English Literary History Journal. While at Brown, Hogan received the Albert Spalding Cook Prize for the Best Graduate Student Essay in Comparative Literature and was awarded the Kogut Institute for the Humanities Graduate Fellowship. After completing his degree this fall, Hogan accepted his current role as Mellon Postdoctoral Fellow in the John B. Herford Center for the Arts and Humanities and visiting assistant professor of Peace, Justice, and Human Rights at Haverford College in Pennsylvania. Congratulations, Dennis. The Joukowsky Dissertation Award in the Life Sciences goes to Kiera Lee, who is receiving her PhD in biomedical engineering and a master's in global public health. Kiera's research focuses on simplifying blood-based diagnostic testing at the point of care and incorporating user voices in the development of new testing technologies. Her dissertation is entitled leveraging biotransport mechanisms in the design of technologies to improve access to blood-based diagnostics. 5 chapters of Lee's dissertation have already been published, and a 6th is being prepared for publication. At Brown, Kiera has served as a Rhode Island Free Clinic volunteer and co-founded the student group Graduate Students of Color in STEM. She has received the NIH Fogarty Launch Fellowship, an NSF Graduate Fellowship, the Ford Foundation Predoctoral Fellowship, the Initiative to Maximize Student Development Fellowship, and a GEM Associate Fellowship. Beginning this summer, Lee will be based in Lima, Peru, on an NIH Fogarty Launch Fellowship doing research on the future of at-home diagnostics. Congratulations, Kiera. The Joukowsky Dissertation Award in the Physical Sciences goes to Anant Hariharan, who is receiving his Ph.D. in Earth, Environmental, and Planetary Sciences today. The title of his work is Understanding Overtone Interference in Surface Wave Measurements, Application to Anisotropic Imaging of the Uppermost Mantle Beneath North America. Anant's research focuses on imaging the Earth's interior with the seismic waves generated by earthquakes to understand how convection occurring deep in the Earth's mantle causes plate tectonics to occur at the surface. He uses observations of ground shaking from 2 types of seismic surface waves. 3 chapters of his dissertation have been published as papers in peer-reviewed journals. Anant's other research achievements include the Outstanding Student Presentation Award at the American Geophysical Union meeting and the NSF Graduate Student Fellowship Award. In September, Anant will begin a postdoctoral fellowship at the University of California in Santa Barbara. Congratulations, Anant. The Joukowsky Dissertation Award in the Social Sciences goes to Suvad Yassin, who is receiving his PhD in history. His dissertation, Islamic Intersections, Religion and Politics in Kashmir in the Long 20th Century, focuses on the previously unexamined lives and thoughts of poets, educators, ulema Muslim scholars, activists, rebels, and revolutionaries in Kashmir, a mountainous region at the juncture of India, Pakistan, and China. To complete his research, Suvad visited libraries and personal archives in various countries and analyzed documents written in Kashmiri, Urdu, Hindi, Persian, and Arabic. Based on his dissertation research, Suvad has published an article in the Journal of the Royal Asiatic Society. At Brown, Suvad was very active within the Center for Contemporary South Asia. He led a series of teach-ins on dissent following events in India and hosted a speaker series in collaboration with the Center for Contemporary South Asia with distinguished scholars. He also planned screenings, artist talks, and exhibitions. He was the recipient of several prestigious awards, including the Mellon ACLS Dissertation Completion Fellowship and the Andrew W. Mellon Humanities Fellowship. He also recently received the Florence Tan Mosen Fellowship to conduct research in Asian Studies at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. Suvad is currently a visiting lecturer in history at Mount Holyoke College in South Hadley, Massachusetts. Congratulations, Suvad. It is a privilege to recognize these outstanding young scholars.
Thank you, Dean Delaney and Dean Suarez, and thank you again to the Joukowsky family for their generosity. Most of all, to the recipients, I add my congratulations for your outstanding contributions to scholarship. We now turn to the Horace Mann Medal. This award was established in 2003 and was given annually to a Brown Graduate School alumnus or alumna who has made significant contributions in his or her field inside or outside of academia. It is with great pleasure that I call this year's Horace Mann Medal recipient, Jennifer Lackey, to the podium to receive her honor. Jennifer Lackey completed her Ph.D. in philosophy at Brown in 2000. She is currently the Wayne and Elizabeth Jones Professor of Philosophy and Professor of Law at Northwestern University, and she holds another title as well, which I'll describe in a moment. Dr. Lackey specializes in social epistemology. She is at the forefront of a movement to reorient the field of epistemology from a narrower focus on the beliefs and knowledge of individuals toward a recognition that believing and knowing are deeply social phenomena. Dr. Lackey has authored 3 books and edited 5 volumes. Her numerous papers frequently appear in top journals, and she's presented her work across the globe. Her leadership in the field is evident in her positions as editor-in-chief of 2 major journals in the field, Episteme and Philosophical Studies, as well as in her recent term as president of the American Philosophical Association's Central Division. She is also the founding director of the Northwestern Prison Education Program, which is a partnership between Northwestern University and the Illinois Department of Corrections. This program has been transformative, both for those incarcerated and for her own work in philosophy. It has grown from its launch in 2018 to include 100 incarcerated students, and its first cohort will make history this fall when they graduate with bachelor's degrees from Northwestern University. Dr. Lackey has also won many awards, including the Lebowitz Prize for Philosophical Achievement from Phi Beta Kappa, 2 $1 million grants from the Mellon Foundation for her work on transforming prison education, a Guggenheim Fellowship to support her work on criminal testimonial injustice, and a $300,000 grant from Northwestern's Buffett Institute to launch her new global project on epistemic reparations. She has also written opinion pieces for the New York Times and Washington Post, and contributed to other important debates by editing volumes and publishing works on academic freedom and issues in applied epistemology. Prior to attending Brown, Dr. Lackey graduated from St. Mary's College with a Bachelor of Arts degree in philosophy and from the University of Chicago with a master's in philosophy. Today, it is my distinct pleasure to acknowledge the many contributions of Dr. Lackey with the 2023 Horace Mann Medal. Thank you, Dr. Lackey.
It is my pleasure to introduce Sofia Verba, who is a doctoral candidate in Slavic Studies and treasurer of the Graduate Student Council. She will present this year's Wilson Du Bois Award, which honors a staff member who has made outstanding contributions to doctoral students and the graduate school.
The recipient of the 2023 Wilson Du Bois Award is Carrie Sabag, Academic Department Manager for the Department of Slavic Studies. The Graduate Student Council is delighted to recognize Carrie Sabag's outstanding work in supporting graduate students at Brown. In a myriad of ways, Carrie proves herself every day as an invaluable advocate for graduate students in the department. As a former PhD graduate in Slavic Studies herself, Carrie has further been an extremely knowledgeable resource in navigating the department, working tirelessly to bring positivity, clarity, and enthusiasm to the community to mitigate the challenges of graduate life. She has gone above and beyond, continually promoting graduate students within the department and wider administration for enhanced roles. She does this to an extent that it feels like she really is on our team and not just someone who works in our building. Not only as an academic department manager, but as a friend and confidant, Carrie's door has always been open. We cannot think of anyone more deserving of this award for their work on behalf of doctoral students at Brown than Carrie Sabag, and we are thrilled to present this honor on her in recognition of her work. Congratulations, Carrie.
We now turn to the conferral of the degrees.
Socii, honorande, hominis quae ad gradum in philosophia doctoris idoneos comperimus vobis presentamus et eos hunc gradum promovere liceat rogamos. Candidate ad gradum in philosophia doctoris accendant. Auctoritate mihi commissa vos ad gradum in philosophia doctoris admitto omnique jura ac privilegia ad hunc gradum pertinatia vobis concedo, quare in testimonium hunc diplomata vobis solemniter trado.
Please be seated. I have the honor to present the recipients of the Doctor of Philosophy degree of Brown University. Chenyu Zhang. Xiaoting Guo. Patrick Thomas Flynn. Solt Ferasto. Jake Villanova. Kathryn Elaine McNicky. Mark A. Sweeney. Samuel Alexander Goldstein. Nicholas Peter Anderson. Christopher Ryan L. Sarah Brotherton Moore. Mert Denise Aladen. Caleb Thomas Murray. Actually, Asimanshu Das. Yuan Hang Chu. Jin Hyun Lee. Usama Nasir. Sijun New. Hu Kang Ping. Min Long Yin. Enray Zhang. Xiaozhou Fan. Nicholas Adam Brower Kahn. Francesca Zamboni. Irina Kalinka. Théo Lepage Richet. Christian Wilhelm Bajat Obst. Brian Matthew Markovitz. Derek T. Lake. Dana Lauren Udwin. Yi Zhao. Jiabe Yang. Mokyun Kim Jin. Congratulations. Nupur Jain. Helena Liu. Jiyoon Park. Sia Ju. Wangjun Yu. Shayan Shamanto. Idan B. Joshua Taylor Schnell. Erin Elizabeth Mellett. Alexander Yosef Trinchara. Anusha Baker Alawala. Christopher Joseph Black. Dimitris Kalenskis. Anders William Oman. Kelsey Elizabeth Huntington. Laura Elizabeth Chilson Parks. Seth Akers Campbell. Alexander Ian Moore. Megan Marie Bourgeois. Daniel R. Post. Marie Helena Schenk. Anastasia Sumaka. Joseph Patrick Hafner. Alexander Fengler. Lakshmi Narasimhan Govindarajan. Kai Wang. Matthew Stephen Corsaro. Inje Shui. Jung Kaiyu. Erica May Nathan. Anant Harirahan. Sarah Madeline McGrath. Emily Elizabeth Joyce. Danielle Elizabeth Bloom. Raghuraj Hoshing. George Stephen Cocherill. Ethan Daniel Kizavat. Wei Xuan Xu. Anson Hill Yu Chung. Alicia Jewel Minor. Carly Brooke Dusenberry. Ifong Troy Tsai. Kiara R. Lee. Arit Ahuja. Lauren Ann Fish. Kathleen Beth Hunsicker. Matthew Armin Bame. Delise Elena Curley. Karen Madeline Pappendorp. Pablo Coque Valente. Vishnu Bahadur Thapa. Sylvia Cernea Clark. Missia Anse Anderson. Kathryn D. Thompson. Nana Akusua Frimpoma Guame. Rachel Yorletz. Alexander Joshua Dumanis. Joe Collishaw. Claire Elizabeth Hugg. Nicola Lucy Babarsich. Juan Pedro Ronconi. Luca Riva. Cosimo Petracchi. Elska Betty Kamerskik. Hannah Ingerson Weller. Alexandra Marie Dordine. Cosmo Apollo Piplo. China Christine Gray. Jingwen Liang Walpa. Dennis Matthew Hogan. Nadira Yusuf Rodriguez. Caitlin Hyria Hadarovic. Yansu Liu. Minghao Kwek. Sunhang Yang. Lawrence Ambrose Kenny IV. Jongyun Bae. Hongyi Fan. Kenneth Thomas Molloy. Siyuan Song. Angela Caterina Pizzuto. Ravi Shrestha. Vesa Muti Olavi Haikure. Shunsuke Suda. Motohiro Kuemagai. Aditi Singh. Asaf Yosef Kott. Chen Tzu Chang. Stephanie Harmon Kang. Matthias Schief. Rebecca Rose Mariceau. Ryan Atticus Doherty. Joseph Walker Leidy. Gregory Joel Hitch. Suvad Yassin. Jia Dong. Sehua Gao. Shi Chan. Max Johann Peterson. Jessica Lee Scales. Blessing A. Akobundu. Yusuke Suita. Shilin Gu. Chung Sung. Lijie Ding. Yiming Xing. Leonard Franz Spiegelberg. Roma Patel. Dylan Ebert. Daniel Engel. Marilyn George. Ani Cristo. Pinar Demechi. Svenja Kopichak. David Ishimwe Karambizi. Aaron Seth Eisman. Jiayan Lai. Nathan Andrew Goff. Caitlin Lee Rio. Michael W. Toomey. Isabel Sienna Goldstein. Maria Florencia Chiaramonte. I wish to report that 246 students have completed their degree requirements this academic year. Will all of the doctoral degree candidates please rise?
Videte, ignatur ut probe integraque, in endomonin rei publicae et in Dei inamuse ut decet eos huc gradu honoratos vos geratis sedete doctore philosophia. Congratulations on getting your Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Congratulations. You may now be seated. I would like to thank Dr. Maria Zuber, my fellow deans, the outstanding staff of the Graduate School and Media Services for helping in making this such a successful event. As you go out into the world to serve, in the words of Brown's Charter, with usefulness and reputation, in various roles as postdoctoral fellows in government, the private sector, nonprofit organizations, and as faculty in colleges and universities around the world. I ask you to remain connected to Brown as loyal alumni. You are now and will remain an integral part of the university and its traditions. I now proclaim auctoritate mi commisi declaro ceremonia terminata. Congratulations. The doctoral ceremony will now conclude with a benediction and the alma mater. Afterwards, we ask graduates, families, and guests to stay where they are until the platform party and faculty have left the tent. You may then head to the university ceremony, which will begin at 1:15 on the main green, and there are seats reserved for you there in section 5. Thank you. I invite Father McCullough back to the podium.
Direct, we beseech thee, O Lord, the actions of all these graduates, that with wisdom and right judgment they may begin all things from you, and by you bring them to completion. Amen.
Alma Mater, we hail thee with loyal devotion, and bring to thine altar our offerings of praise. Our hearts swell within us with joyful emotion as the name of glorious moments of youth's fleeting hours we pass neath the shade of these time-honored walls, and sorrows as transient as April's brief showers have clouded our lives in Bruno